right, artist, let's draw an elephant together. So on a white sheet of paper, we're going to start with the elephant's body. Now sometimes it's easy to think if your paper was divided in half from top to bottom and side to side, that can give you kind of an idea of where the elephant's body should go so that we still have room for the tail and the head. So I'm not going to do it right in the middle. I'm going to go off to the right and up to the top a little bit for his body. And this shape is going to be a nice big oval. Now you would want to press very lightly. I need to press a little bit harder because I need you to be able to see it in the video. This is the elephant's body. The next thing we're going to do is make the head. Now it's going to come up to the left and over and curve down and back up. It's kind of like an odd shaped C, right? So a capital letter C would come over this way, but it's like a C, but it's smaller. The curve is smaller on the inside. Then I'm going to come over from the end of my line towards the other side of that line, that C shape. And then I'm going to follow, kind of make a parallel line to get started. So it follows that curve. Now I'm using pencil so I can make changes, and I already wanted to make a little change there. You can as well. And then that curve's going to get wider and wider and join up here to the elephant's body. Now we need to give the elephant some legs. So for the front leg, I'm going to start almost at the very front of the oval. I'm coming to where it started to go in a little bit. The leg is going to be just slightly longer than the trunk. And it's really like a rounded off rectangle. So a rectangle where the edges aren't really hard. They're just softened into a slight curve. And then for the back leg, I'm going to come in from the back of the elephant that I drew, come in a little bit further, and then have that line bend back towards the edge of the paper. Come in towards the front of the elephant, or that front leg, and come up. And then this leg is actually going to cover up part of the body. And this line will get erased. You could also do it the opposite way. You could start with the curve, kind of find the center of the body, but go to the right a little bit then, and make a curve, and then the rounded off rectangle, and a curve to the back. Actually, I like my second attempt better. And then this leg, it would cover up that body part there. So starting my elephant, the next thing we are going to add is just, if we look at an animal from the side, we can mostly see the leg that's facing us, but oftentimes can see part of their other leg from the other side of their body sticking out a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and draw those by making lines that repeat but are just a little distance behind. So I made the front leg and then the back leg. Next, we are going to add an elephant ear. So coming up to its head, if I come and I find the highest part of this curve, and then just come in a little bit, come down a little bit, I'm gonna arch over, and notice that this arch is kind of like a rainbow or a frown, right? A big frowny face, or a rainbow arch curve there. And it goes from the head and kind of creates like a hill over to its body. So it covers both of those things. Then it's just going to come down. And before I get to the bottom of its neck, it's just going to curve back in towards the face. So it's almost like an upside down teardrop or raindrop, but it's not completed, right? We just show where it attaches, at the top and the bottom. All of these lines, again, can be erased. So in this video, you can draw along with me. So when I do something, you can do it. Sometimes it's helpful to watch the whole thing start to finish and then rewind and do it along step by step the second time, or to go ahead and do it along the first time, but pause until you're ready to move on. All right. I could also make a little curve on the other side, just showing that there's again an ear on the other side, just like we did with the legs. That makes it look a little more three-dimensional, like it has a shape, right? Like it takes up space. So if you would like to add some husks, we could do that now. And they start at the top of the bottom part of its trunk. So from right here, I would have a tusk. It's going to come and curve, go out. It's a rounded off point, and it gets a little bit bigger. And then I could just connect that end. If you don't want to have a tusk on your elephant, then you could just leave it without. Some elephants have tusks and some do not. So it's up to you if you want to add the tusk or not. Feel free to leave it off. And now we need to add the eye. So if you think about the ear, right, where the ear is attached to the head, its eye is going to be a little bit between its trunk and where that ear would attach. Again, an arc, but it's smaller. And really your eye could look any way that you wanted it to. I made mine traditional almond shaped. I'm gonna go ahead and fill the pupil in now. And you might know elephants are pretty wrinkly, and so they actually have some wrinkles around their eyes. So I showed those with some little curved lines outside the eye. And we're also going to put some of those wrinkles onto the trunk. Now we're also going to be putting some designs on top of here. So if you don't have the wrinkles on the trunk and you're going to fill it up with designs, that would also be all right. So really all we need are the finishing touches. I'm going to give it some elephant toenails by making little bumps, bump, little hill bumps, bump, bump, giving it some elephant toenails. And we need a tail. So about a third of the way down. So this would be halfway. That would be too low. Up here would be a little too high for the elephant tail. So in between those two places, we're just going to add a little curve, a line right next to it, and then just a little elephant tuft of a tail. So this is my elephant. Now we've watched about the Elephant Festival today, and now you are working on drawing your own elephant, and we're just going to outline it with a marker, a black marker or a black crayon, and that will be it for the first day. Next time we're going to come and add some decorations and designs and then color those in to finish this up. I can't wait to see your elephants.